sun is shining, I thought I would spend some time with you today explaining what this baby is. This is an aloe vera plant, and you think you've heard of aloe vera, do you? Well, I'm going to spend 5 minutes with you now explaining the science behind aloe vera, the beautifulness of why it's one of the most amazing plants on the planet. I'm Mark Tarling, this is the Science of Wellness, and this is my explanation as to aloe vera. So, what Bill McAnally realised was when you take an aloe vera plant and you cut it like this, you can see this is really juicy, beautiful. If we can see down in there, you'll see all the juicy bit in the middle. This is one that I've had at home. This is one of my personal favourites. Had it since it was quite small, and I could prune it out and do stuff, but I like it as it is. So, what he realised was, and his first major science when it comes to the unlocking of aloe vera is when you cut an aloe vera plant. What he realised was that the healing element of that plant, let me just be careful here with the knife, let me just do it this way, let me just shave off the sides, peel back the back, sorry, was that the healing element of the aloe vera was to be found in this inner leaf gel, this really liquidy membrane in the middle, very gooey. And that is what you hear about when you hear about people nowadays selling aloe vera products. It's all about getting this kind of stuff in here. Okay, so one of the first things he realised was that he managed to unlock an enzyme within this particular structure here, which had a very healing element, and he wasn't quite sure what it was, but he managed to isolate certain enzymes that were within this particular part of the plant. And one of the he managed to do was a casemanon, which we now know is a sugar molecule, but I'll come back to that. Don't want to make it too difficult for you in one go. So what he realised to begin with was that after 20 minutes of cutting the plant, as the plant decays, as it begins to kind of oxidise, if you like, which is a word we've been listening to quite recently, as the plant begins to decay and die because you've cut off its life force, within 20 minutes all the other enzymes in this aloe vera here begin to kill off the element that seems to work. So is that you have to do what's called stabilising it. Now, what is a stabilising process, and why is stabilisation of aloe vera very important? Well, the stabilisation of aloe vera is to stabilise the molecular structures of the nutrients, to stop them from breaking down. Because obviously when something is how, as it's meant to be, is its molecular structure, it can work. You can only work because your complete molecular structure is working. So we take that down to cellular level, and we can see that the thing about aloe vera is we need to stabilise the elements of the molecules within the plant that seem to work. Make sense? Good. Right, staff announcement. The stuff you're buying from high street stores that's said to contain aloe vera, it probably doesn't, to be honest with you, because they haven't stabilised it, and they've probably pasteurised it, and they've put it with other stuff. So I'm afraid that if you're taking aloe vera drinks and stuff right now, there's more to life than aloe vera. So the aloe vera plant contains one of your 8 essential glyconutrients which are needed for cellular function. That is the important factor of aloe vera.